All right, let's break down this huge upcoming clash between the San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to skip the usual hot takes and gut feelings and instead dive deep into the data to see what the numbers are really telling us about how this one's going to play out.
So, what's going to decide this game? It really all comes down to one single question. It's a classic battle of strengths and weaknesses, and our whole goal here is to figure out that one key interaction that's going to decide who walks away with a win.
Okay, first things first. We've got to talk about the engine that makes this Colts team run, their offense. It is incredibly high-powered, and frankly, it's the kind of unit that keeps defensive coordinators up at night.
Now, to really get this, we're going to lean on a key metric called DVOA. And look, don't worry about the complex math. All you got to remember is this. For an offense, a positive DVOA number is really, really good. But for a defense, a positive DVOA is, well, it's really, really bad. It's that simple.
And boom. This is where you see the first major mismatch of the game. I mean, the Colts offense isn't just good, it's absolutely elite, rocking a crazy high plus 23.8% DVOA. And on the other side of the ball, you've got a 49ers defense that, statistically speaking, is just below average. They tend to give up more yards and points than you'd expect. That is a huge, huge advantage for Indianapolis right from the start.
So, what does this actually mean on the field? Well, this isn't just some small edge we're talking about. The data is pretty clear that the Colts offense really has the firepower to control the entire pace of this game. And for the 49ers, that's a massive problem they're going to have to deal with on every single down.
But hold on, that's only one side of the ball, right? Football is all about those matchups. So let's flip the script because this is where things get really interesting for San Francisco.
And just like that, the tables are completely turned. The 49ers have a super balanced and efficient offense. They mix the run and the pass beautifully. And who are they going up against? Well, they're facing the Colts' biggest weakness, a defense that is a pretty significant liability, especially against the pass. They rank near the bottom of the league in some key defensive stats.
And this right here, this is the 49ers' ticket to winning this game. I mean, it's like their offense was built in a lab specifically to attack the Colts' biggest weakness. This isn't just a small opportunity. It's a clear, consistent way for them to move the ball and put points on the board all game long.
Okay, so we've got these two huge mismatches, right? The Colts' powerhouse offense against a pretty average 49ers defense. And then you have the 49ers' balanced O against the Colts' leaky D. So, what gives? Which one of these matchups is the real tipping point?
Well, this chart kind of lays it all out for us. Look, the Colts offense, it's a powerhouse, no doubt about it. But the data suggests that having a clear, glaring weakness that your opponent can just hammer over and over again, that's even more of a game changer. The 49ers have found the key to unlock the Colts defense, and that looks to be the more decisive factor.
So when you crunch all the numbers, the final verdict points in one clear direction. Now, it's not going to be easy, but the strategic advantages tell us that the San Francisco 49ers are indeed one step closer to victory.
And you know what? We can even put a number on it. The models are predicting a pretty close game, but they do have the 49ers coming out on top by a margin of about 3 points. So don't expect a blowout, but rather a methodical, hard-fought win for the Niners.
So if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. The winner of this game isn't necessarily going to be the team with the single most dominant unit. No, it's probably going to be the team whose game plan is perfectly designed to attack the opponent's most glaring vulnerability. And in this matchup, that's the 49ers hands down.
And that really leaves you with a bigger question, doesn't it? One that goes beyond just this game. What really wins these strategic battles? Is it your own overwhelming strength? Or is it your ability to find and punish your opponent's fatal flaw? Something to chew on. Thanks for tuning in.